नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Why this waiting period is kept in Islam? The waiting period is kept because we all are the slaves of the Lord, and if our Lord ordered that we have to wait, that means we have to wait. But one reason that is told to us is that if that woman is pregnant, the woman who is getting the divorce, if she is pregnant, then the pregnancy will become visible or will become noticeable during that time frame. So the pregnancy will become noticeable and will become visible during these 90 days. So if a woman is pregnant, the time frame for iddat is the delivery date. If the woman is pregnant, the time frame for iddat, the waiting period, is delivery date. The day a woman delivers the baby, she is free to do whatever she like with her life. She is no more in marriage with the old husband. She is free to go wherever she like. So that is the case if the woman is pregnant. And if the woman is not pregnant, then we already told you how to handle that part. Now the more option come that you marry a lady. Okay, you marry a lady, but you do not decide the dowry yet. You marry a lady and you do not decide the dowry yet. So then there is no intercourse happen. The husband and wife did not initiate the marriage. They have no sexual relationship till this time. So marriage happens, no dowry decided, and the marriage is not consummated. So if the marriage is not consummated, then husband should give something to the lady and let her go with honor. Husband should give some compensation to the lady because he is the one who divorced her, and should let her go. And in this case, there is no iddat, there is no waiting period for the lady. She is free from the first day. She can marry anyone she like. Now the second case in this scenario, if the marriage happens, the contract for marriage happens, and dowry is decided, but still there is no intercourse, there is no sexual relationship between husband and wife, and marriage is not consummated, and husband decide to divorce the wife, then husband has to give 50% of the dowry to the woman. So husband has to give 50% of the dowry to the woman. If woman chooses to become gracious, she can forgive the dowry. She say, I don't want anything from you. Or if husband become gracious, he can give full dowry to her. He can give full dowry to her, if he want to become gracious. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that graciousness is more close to righteousness. So if they decide like that, then these will be the rules. Now the second iddat is for the lady who her husband passed away. Her husband died. So if the lady's husband died, the iddat or waiting period for her is 4 months and 10 days. 4 months or 10 days, or 4 ministerial cycles, or 4 periods, and she has to hold herself from marriage for 4 months, 10 days. And during that 4 months and 10 days, if somebody want to marry her, they can send her indication or some kind of signal or some kind of wish that, okay, I will marry you once the 4 month, 10 days period is over. But till that time, the 4 month, 10 days period is not over, there should be no official confirmation, or there should be no like agreement that this marriage will incur after the waiting period is over. So you can give an indication, you can give a signal, but you cannot confirm the marriage before the 4 month, 10-day period is over. Why this is allowed in this case? Because there is no way that husband can resume the marriage because he died, he passed away. So he cannot resume this marriage. In the other case, the husband has right to resume the marriage before the end of 90 days in the first two divorces. So, and it is said in Islam that during that 90 days, when the lady is in the house of the husband, she should be very well dressed, smelling very nice, looking very nice and attractive, so that husband get attracted towards the wife again and resumes the marriage. And for the widow, during the divorce period, she is asked, or she is encouraged, that she should be fully ready, smelling nice, looking nice, and because she is in the same house where the husband is. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't want houses to break. So that's the reason said the woman should be looking pretty nice, beautiful in the house, so the husband get attracted and they start their relationship again. But in the case of the widow, there is no chance of resuming the marriage, as the husband left the world, and went to the next world. So that's the reason it is allowed that another man can give her signal and indication for getting married. Now, if this woman who is a widow, she's a pregnant woman as well. So then the same thing applies here, that her iddat, her waiting period, will be the date of delivery. So if she delivers the baby in the first month, her iddat and waiting period is over. If she delivers the baby in the third month, her iddat and waiting period is over. And if her iddat is over, if she delivers the baby in 7 months, for example, if she delivers the baby after 7 months, so then her iddat and waiting period will be finished on the date of delivery. And during that time frame, nobody should kick the woman out of her own house, the family of the husband or anybody else, because woman should live during the time of waiting period, in the time of iddat, at her husband's house where they both used to live before. And after the waiting period is over, nobody in the world can stop her from marrying another husband. She's a free lady and she's a free person. And it is encouraged in Islam that all the women, regardless they are divorced or widow, they should get married again so they can continue their life happily without any problem in the society, and and they can raise their children properly without any difficulty. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
والمطلقات يتربصن بأنفسهن 3 قروء ولا يحل لهن أن يكتمن ما خلق الله في أرحامهن إن كن يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر وبعولتهن أحق بردهن في ذلك إن أرادوا إصلاحا ولهن مثل الذي عليهن بالمعروف وللرجال عليهن درجة والله عزيز حكيم. الطلاق مرتان فإمساك بمعروف أو تسريح بإحسان ولا يحل لكم أن تأخذوا مما آتيتموهن شيئا إلا أن يخافا ألا يقيما حدود الله فإن خفتم ألا يقيما حدود الله فلا جناح عليهما فيما افتدت به تلك حدود الله فلا تعتدوها ومن يتعد حدود الله فأولئك هم الظالمون. فإن طلقها فلا تحل له من بعد حتى تنكح زوجا غيره فإن طلقها فلا جناح عليهما أن يتراجعا إن ظنا أن يقيما حدود الله وتلك حدود الله يبينها لقوم يعلمون. وإذا طلقتم النساء فبلغن أجلهن فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو سرحوهن بمعروف ولا تمسكوهن ضرارا لتعتدوا ومن يفعل ذلك فقد ظلم نفسه ولا تتخذوا آيات الله هزوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم وما أنزل عليكم من الكتاب والحكمة يعظكم به واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله بكل شيء عليم. وإذا طلقتم النساء فبلغن أجلهن فلا تعضلوهن أن ينكحن أزواجهن إذا تراضوا بينهم بالمعروف ذلك يوعظ به من كان منكم يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر ذلكم أزكى لكم وأطهر والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون. والوالدات يرضعن أولادهن حولين كاملين لمن أراد أن يتم الرضاعة وعلى المولود له رزقهن وكسوتهن بالمعروف لا تكلف نفس إلا وسعها لا تضار والدة بولدها ولا مولود له بولده وعلى الوارث مثل ذلك فإن أرادا فصالا عن تراض منهما وتشاور فلا جناح عليهما. وإن أردتم أن تسترضعوا أولادكم فلا جناح عليكم إذا سلمتم ما آتيتم بالمعروف واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله بما تعملون بصير. والذين يتوفون منكم ويذرون أزواجا يتربصن بأنفسهن 4 أشهر وعشرا، فإذا بلغن أجلهن فلا جناح عليكم فيما فعلن في أنفسهن بالمعروف، والله بما تعملون خبير. ولا جناح عليكم فيما عرضتم به من خطبة النساء أو أكننتم في أنفسكم، علم الله أنكم ستذكرونهن ولكن لا تواعدوهن سرا إلا أن تقولوا قولا معروفا، ولا تعزموا عقدة النكاح حتى يبلغ الكتاب أجله، واعلموا أن الله يعلم ما في أنفسكم فاحذروه، واعلموا أن الله غفور حليم. لا جناح عليكم إن طلقتم النساء ما لم تمسوهن أو تفرضوا لهن فريضة، ومتعوهن على الموسع قدره وعلى المقتر قدره متاعا بالمعروف، حقا على المحسنين. وإن طلقتموهن من قبل أن تمسوهن وقد فرضتم لهن فريضة فنصف ما فرضتم إلا أن يعفون أو يعفو الذي بيده عقدة النكاح، وأن تعفوا أقرب للتقوى، ولا تنسوا الفضل بينكم، إن الله بما تعملون بصير.